Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you didn't know, now you know. I was gonna do face cam today, but I woke up sick as a dog. I don't know if it's the weather or the season or what the situation is, but I cannot stop sneezing and my eyes are red and puffy. So we're gonna focus on the reason we're all here. The Orly box. This is the 2023 fall collection. Let's open it up and see what we have. All right, we've got paper. Let's get this out. And here's what we see when we initially open it up. It looks like this collection is called Plot Twist. I'm really liking this vibe. It is very fall forward. If you're wondering why you're seeing this so late in the season, I have a fun story for you and we'll go through it as we see what's in here. On the back of the card, it does give us a little tutorial for a simple nail art if we were to want to follow it. And then also it tells us about the polishes in here. They are mostly creams, but one fancy. And then it looks like we've got two free gifts for this one. A protein boost and a polish called Aloe Goodbye. So here is the protein boost. These go on your nails before anything else. This is just like the base to help give your nails a little bit of protein, as it says. And it looks like it is vegan, leaping bunny certified, which means cruelty-free and formulated without harmful ingredients. If you're not familiar with Orly, Orly is like a way back brand. They have been the nail polish of nail polishes since there was nail polish. Here is our free gift color, the Aloe Goodbye. Of course, we will be making swatches of all of these once we get them open. And then here is the pièce de résistance. This box is really cute. I am liking it. And then here on the back, it also shows the color samples and their names. Let's open it up. So here's what we see as we get it open. We're gonna go through the colors one at a time and make swatches and talk about it. So first, let's swatch the Aloe Goodbye. This one is an Orly breathable one-step, meaning that you don't need base and top coat to use this one. It can stand alone, and it is supposed to be durable. It is a light gray. It's a cream. I'm not seeing any shimmer or anything like that in here. It is very beautiful. I'm a huge fan of monochrome, so the black, white, gray sphere is my vibe. Next, let's have a look at this shade. It's like a light brown, would work great for a nude. It's called Shaky Alibi. Alright, look at that smooth application and opacity. One of my favorite things about Orly nail polishes is how creamy and completely opaque they are. You just do not have to build it up. It's on there. The next one we're gonna look at is this shade. Now this shade for me is like a green, but also kind of like a yellow. It's a greeny yellow. This one is gonna probably get a reception very much similar to Elysian Fields, because it's in that like diaper product family. It's called Act of Folly. But just like every other Orly, look how beautifully it applies. Smooth, creamy, opaque, not patchy at all. It's a beautiful color. If this is your type of color, I don't hate it. It's probably not the first one that I would pick though, but it definitely has a place. Okay, so the next one we're gonna look at is this brown. It's a darker brown, kind of a chocolatey brown. In the camera, it leans a little bit of red, but in real life, it just does look straight up brown. I like this shade. I'm a big fan of brown polish, as it turns out. Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious. This one is called Don't Be Suspicious. Alright, look at that. This is not only a wonderful fall shade, but this would actually make a really great reappearance in the Valentine's season to do like a chocolate nail set. Definitely bust this one out when it's time for a sweet treat. Alright, and so this next one we're going to look at, it's kind of like a reddy orange. It reminds me of terracotta. Interesting shade. Like, I get why it's in the fall family, but also it kind of screams a little bit summer to me, because when I think terracotta, I think desert, I think succulents, and this is, you know, kind of that shade for me. It's called In the Conservatory. Look at that beauty. It's so red, but also so brown, but also so orange. Colors like this, they just kind of make me happy because you can't box them in. This color can be whoever it wants to be. The next shade we're gonna look at is this one. This is a dark gray, almost an oily gray. It leans like a little dark blue. It's called Unraveling Story. Oh yeah, look at that. You can see it against this black background, which is great. And it's so nice. This would make a really good background shade to some fun and vibrant nail art, but also would really hit me in that spooky season area as well. I like it. I like that it's got that blue hint, but it's 100% gray. And then the last shade in the box, this is the special finish one. It is a dark blue. It is a shimmer. I bet it applies like those metallics where you can see the brush strokes. And this one is called Endless Night. All right, let's try it out. Ooh, it does not leave brush strokes, but it's almost like you can see a bit of a micro glitter. I forgot to zoom that in, so I would have zoomed it in post. But look at that. You can see a shimmer. It's subtle, but those sparkles are definitely there, and you can see them individually. I did not expect this to look like this, but I have to say, I am loving it. All right, so just to recap what we got Aloe Goodbye, this first one over here. We got Shaky Alibi, the second one. We got Act of Folly, that's this third one. Don't Be Suspicious, this fourth one. In the Conservatory, the fifth one. Unraveling Story, this sixth one. And Endless Night, the seventh. Remember, these 6 here are part of the fall collection, and then our Aloe Goodbye is the free gift included. I can't say that I dislike any of these. I think they are all very beautiful, very usable, and I am happy to have them in my collection. Now comes the hard part of deciding which ones I'm going to use today and what I'm gonna do with them. If you have made it this far in the video, I appreciate you for hanging around more than 30 seconds, and stay tuned. Not only do I have a fun story, but I have a surprise at the end of the video. Okay, so I have been doing some thinking, and I've got an idea together of what we're gonna do, but first, as always, we need a base coat, and it's Orly Bonder. Okay, and so after much deliberation with myself, these are the colors I've decided to focus on today. I wish I could use them all, but I just cannot think of a way to make them all cohesive. So this is what we're doing. So first we're gonna go in with a little Shaky Alibi, and be careful when you're putting this on. You don't want to get it everywhere, and if you do, just have a cleanup brush on standby. That is so beautiful. I'm probably gonna do 2 coats of this though, and then we're gonna put the same color here on this finger. Next, we're gonna go in with a little Endless Night. It was not part of my original plan, but I was just so impressed and pleased with it when we swatched it. I couldn't not use it. And you know, it's almost like a denim-y type blue as well. So like if you wanted to make a denim design that sparkles, this would be perfect. And then for our middle nail, we're gonna do Unraveling Story. Ugh, I am obsessed. Just look at these colors together. They are so pretty, and I think they complement each other really well. I'm gonna do the second coat after this dries off camera, and then we'll be back for the fun part. Okay, these are dry enough for a top coat. We're gonna go in with Orly Second Dry, and I need some more. Interesting development. I did the glittery shimmery nail second, and apparently it picked up some shimmer because now you can see that on my gray nail. I'm gonna wipe the brush off before I continue because while it's pretty, I want my nude to stay nude. Alright, let's hope for the best. I'm not seeing any transfer, so that's wonderful. Okay, we're back. These are dry to the touch, so we can start some nail art. I am going to use this little Orly long detailer brush that I received in either the last box or the box before. I think the box before that though. It has this tiny, tiny brush. So let's see how we do. Okay, so I've got a little polish out on a palette for me to be able to dip into. Now with nail polish, it tends to bubble up on the brush, so you have to watch for that because that'll try and drip off on your nail. I like to go on it a couple times to try and get it a little bit smooth, but let's do this. We're gonna try and do like a gray tip, and I want it to be a little bit low, so we're gonna make us a little guideline here. So we want it to be not higher than that, and then we're gonna try and go in on the sides. I am not good at French tips, so I'm really gonna be trying hard here. Alright, not bad so far. Let's try and do this side. Okay, alright, we're off to a good start. I'm going to fill in these sides a little because the brush is not going to get up in there. You have to work kind of fast with nail polish because it is actively drying up the whole time you're trying to do this. Oh great, I've messed it up. I'm a nail jerked. I'm going to try and clean that smear up a little, but the problem with nail polish is it's a one-try situation. If you mess it up, sometimes you can't fix it, and then you've got to start over, which is not what I'm trying to do. Yeah, our line is not crisp, and it's steadily rising to compensate for these waggers I'm doing. Bending my hand this way is not comfortable. Alright, I think we may have saved it. And then let's just go in with the bottle brush to finish off the tip. Let's try and smooth it. One of the things about top coat, at least it has going for it, is it's a bit of a solvent, and so it can help smooth out any roughness that you end up with. And then don't forget to clean up any areas that get on your skin, because that's not a good look. And now we just have to try and do the same thing on this nail. I wonder if I should try and do it this way instead of turning it around, which is the way I normally do it, but it's not always been better. Alright, we've got our guideline. Let's try and come upwards from here. Do a little drag through. Okay, that's pretty good for that side, and that's always the easy side because that's the way my nail leans. But I wonder if I can do it on this side too. It's really not easy. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's try and clean up our line because it's got a bit of an angle going. There we go, there we go. It's a little bit smoother. Alright, we're not doing too bad. Let's put some polish in these little corners that we talked about before.
that brush isn't, the bottle brush is not going to easily get into. My little paint pile is drying up. Alright, and then before this has a chance to completely dry up on me, let's get this one in here to finish the tip. Don't put too much or it's just going to get fat. But luckily nail polish dries down paper thin even if it starts out fat. Okay, we haven't done a terrible job. Now we get to struggle again because we're going to try and do a French on this nail as well, but with the nude being the tip. Alright, so let's put our little guideline. Better to put it down further and then work your way up if you need to. Alright, alright, alright. Try and not mess up this one while I am over here. Okay, not bad. Not too bad. There we go. I'll have to zoom out a little bit since my hand is curled up so you can see. Alright, alright, not bad. I think we're getting somewhere. Alright, I'd say that looks pretty good. What do you think? I'm gonna let this dry a little before I go in with more nail art so that I don't accidentally stick my hand to this hand and mess up that nail art. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are going to go in on this nail and the thumb will be the same. And we're gonna use this nudie shade, this light brownie shade, to make petals for flowers, and then we're going to use the gray to put the center of the flowers. And I've got a couple of different dotting tools out so those flowers can vary in size. So we're going to try and do 5 petal flowers, and I'm going to try and make them not particularly uneven because I am not so great at stuff sometimes. But yeah, that looks pretty cute. So that one's huge. It's the only big one I'm going to put on this nail. We're going to go in with a couple of smaller ones. And while I do that, I'm going to start telling you my story. Remember I mentioned I had a story? So, my Orly box got lost in the mail. So I was waiting and it said it was shipped out on July 18th, but then it was nearly August and there was no updates on the tracking. So I reached out to Orly and they said, yep, it must have got lost. So they went ahead and sent me another one. Thank you, Orly, for doing that. The second one shipped out almost immediately and it was here within a few days. But the funny part of the story is, guess what showed up with that box? The other one. They showed up together. So I'm like, were they just getting my order ready and happened to notice they already had one and just sent them both on over? I'm like, what happened there? I'm gonna appreciate it though. And then Orly had already said that, you know, if I do receive the original box, to go ahead and, you know, keep it, which I appreciate and makes sense. So anyway, I don't know about y'all, but I almost never finish off bottles of nail polish and cannot imagine any reason that I would need to keep both of these Colorpass boxes. So I have decided to pass this good fortune on to one of you guys. So I know we just had a giveaway, but we're gonna have another one. And this one is purely because we had good fortune. I am going to leave the details of how to enter this giveaway in the description. I've got to do a little bit of research about whether I want to do it with a Rafflecopter type application or whether I just want to send it on over to Instagram. Either way, make sure you are following my socials just in case that's where it ends up. But whatever that looks like, it will be down there in the description, so you'll have the information you need. And I am not advertising this giveaway in the description of this video because it is a surprise. And if you don't make it this far in the video, you're not going to be able to enter. When you have gaps, you can always just put a little random dot in there to try and give a little bit of character. It's like little dust particles of happiness. So we're gonna give that some time to dry and then go in and do our center dots. Okay, those have dried a little bit. Let's go in and put our center dots. I'm gonna use the dotting tool sized down one from the one that I used to make the flower. Be honest, what do you think? I'd say I'm actually a fan. It's pretty simple nail art, so it should be relatively easy to replicate, they say, she says, but as you just saw, Frenches are not as easy as they sound, but flowers with dotting tools certainly are. We're going to let this dry, and then we're gonna have to go in with a smudge-free top coat, because if I go straight at it with a regular top coat, it's gonna melt the nail art and smear it. I would love if Orly made a smudge-free top coat. I would certainly get it, but as it is, it's Maniology. Theirs is really good, and I do trust it. It has been a savior to much of my nail art. I have like 3 bottles in stock because I use it so much. Alright, so that smudge-free top coat has had a moment to dry a little bit. We do need to go back in with another quick dry top coat though, because smudge-free top coat does not actually really dry down. It kind of gets gummy and sticky, so you need to still top coat that in. It is just to protect your nail art. It is not a finishing top coat. Alright, so that looks beautiful. These are dry to the touch. And as much as I like them, I think I want to go ahead and mattify. Let's do Orly Matte Top Coat. Alright, so let's talk while that dries. You can see that it's changing already. Matte sometimes just adds a little something extra, and I feel like it complements this really well. It gives a little bit of a satiny finish, tones down the light lines so you can see the art. Let me know, what do you think? Did you like it better shiny? Do you like it matte? Do you think the matte actually is not complimentary? Do you think I should have skipped it this time? Or if you're subscribed for the Orly box and you've received this one, please tag me if you make a video or anything about that, because I would love to see what you do with it. And if you are not subscribed and you love nail polish, consider subscribing, especially if you like a happy little surprise. These boxes I think are about $36 a month, but if you buy them in yearly increments, you can even save money doing it that way. You always get at least 1 or 2 free gifts in addition to 6 polishes that are always included. And so when you really break that down, that is a really good price, especially for big bottles. Orly bottles are, I think, the largest in the industry, actually, at 18 milliliters per bottle. It's gonna last you forever. I would say it's well worth it, and it's high quality polish. It is good. It goes on smooth and it stays on well. It's an industry leader, and that is why it's been around for decades. I am not sponsored by Orly. This was not a sponsored video. This is not even PR. I buy these boxes on my own. So you've probably already started seeing the photos. I did get some included here. I am going to wrap this up. I won't keep you. Remember to check the description for the giveaway details to win a 2023 Plot Twist Colorpass box for yourself, and you'll get all the polishes that you saw here today plus the bonus items. If you haven't tried it, this would be a great opportunity to do so, and then if you choose to subscribe, you would be able to do that. The links will be in the description, of course, in case you want them. And Orly, if you want to work together, holler at me. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Thank you for watching the complete video to help me out with my watch hours. Our subscribers are rising, but we've got to get those watch hours up too if we want to get to monetization. And I appreciate all of your interaction, your likes, your comments. I love talking to you in the comments box. If you have any suggestions or requests, stick it down there. And I have much more coming up, so please make sure you are subscribed and follow me on socials. There is stuff that goes on over there that does not go on here. And I'm going to stop talking and see you in the next video. Goodbye.